I'm a curious European, and today we're looking into 10 things that Australia just does right and that just make sense. And I think this is coming from a Canadian perspective, so I'm really curious what he's going to say. So let's just get into it.
Here's 10 things that just make sense in Australia, whether it's legislation, what things are called, little design decisions. They're just things where you see here and you think, why is this not everywhere? This makes so much sense. So that's what we're doing. I've been in Australia for a year. I love it. I love the people. I love the vibes. So it's probably just things that, Australians just see as every day. But to me, they just make a lot of sense. So let's get into it. And the first one is bin chickens. So bin chickens, anyone in Australia, I'm sure you've seen them because they're everywhere. And the name that they actually are called, like their actual proper name, I have no idea. But everybody
Yeah,
calls them bin chickens. There's no need to
I don't really know what they're called either. I think I did know at some point, but I forgot.
call them a different name, I don't think, because they're bin chickens. That's exactly what they do. These flamingo looking animals that like to linger in the bins in the garbage and grab some food. So it just makes sense to call them bin chickens. Two, we got the power plug switches. Those things,
Mhm.
I don't even want to begin to talk about how much time I've spent looking at them, or every time I flip them, just think, why would it not be like this?
They have them here in Malaysia too, where I'm currently at. Currently in Malaysia. And I'm looking there because I'm looking at them. But yeah, it's just so revolutionary. Like, I never knew it was a thing. And now I know that it's a thing. I'm like, why is it not everywhere a thing? Like, they need to make that a thing everywhere.
Everywhere. Why would you not want or be able to have the ability to switch it off so that you know you're not going to get zapped when you're unplugging and plugging something in? Not saying it happens a lot in other places, but your hands get wet sometimes and maybe a little water gets on the outlet and you're in the back of your mind, you're like, am I going to get zapped? Here, you just flip the switch and you're sorted.
Yeah, I feel like especially, yeah, for that, but also for just the power that is still being transmitted. I don't know if that's the right word, but the power that still comes out of it, even though your device is off, but the plug is still in there. That's what we saw in, if you watched that video last week, where other Canadians were talking about things that they found surprising or that they couldn't get used to in Australia. They talked about these things, and then they talked about how much of your actual like electricity usage might come from the devices that are plugged in but off. And I was kind of shocked by that as well.
Again, it just makes sense. That's it. Three, we got chicken salt.
Chicken
I don't
salt.
know what it is. I didn't want to look into it because I didn't want to ruin the magic for me. But I love it. I love chicken salt so much. I don't know why it's not a thing in other places.
What's chicken salt? Is that basically just salt made to put on chicken products? What makes it different?
If we could get chicken salt on Pringles, I think I would be over the moon because Pringles are the go-to chip. I haven't seen chicken salt flavor Pringles yet, so I think if we could merge that, that would be amazing. But chicken salt just makes sense on chips,
I want to try that now.
like fries. Um, it's just so good. So chicken salt. So number four, we got those little sauce squirters things. I don't know what they're called, but I'm sure sauce squirter gets the job done. The design of it just makes sense because I've only ever seen the ones where you gotta like rip it off and then you unroll it like it's like that limp end of a toothpaste roll, and it's like
Oh, yeah.
not super annoying, but it's messy and it's you're just pushing it out versus the squirter. You just you get the two prongs and you squeeze it and it's just shoots out. It's perfect.
Yeah.
First time I did squirt myself in the eye.
I have not really seen that. Only like, it makes me think of the sauces at like McDonald's, like barbecue sauce. It is in the little square thing. But I haven't seen it like this.
I will say.
So wait, like you literally push those things and then you push it out like that?
Saw it and squirted it. But now that I've learned, I think it just makes sense that all sauce packages should be like that. Number 5, we got mandatory voting. It is mandatory here. There are fines associated with not voting. I don't think they're major fines, but they're enough where it at least switches the mindset to, it'll at least get the lazy people who are just can't be bothered to go vote, where if you know you're going to get fined for not voting, at least it makes you feel like you're paying to not vote versus have no consequence. Then it's like, whatever. You just, you can't be bothered sometimes and you don't go. But here, having the fine, making it mandatory, I think it just makes sense to.
Hold on. I did not know about that. And I never really considered that as like something that they could do. But it makes sense. And I also feel like it's a good thing because, yeah, you're stimulating people more to actually vote for whatever reason that they might not. I always think it's good to vote because you're, literally putting up your vote, saying what you think. I always feel like if I don't vote, then I can't really comment on the way things are. That's just personally how I see it. It's like with anything. If you don't in life give your opinion on something or don't, say when you don't like something, when you do like something, when you don't put boundaries, people don't know. So they can't really do anything about it. And I feel like it's kind of the same with voting. So, yeah, that's, I didn't know that. That's surprising, but honestly, I don't know why I never thought of that as being an option. Like, that could be used to stimulate people more. It's kind of genius. But this says, in part because it's compulsory, it's made as easy as possible for everyone to vote. This includes elections being held on a Saturday, not midweek. Pre-polling for weeks beforehand, postal votes to essentially anyone who wants them. What does that mean? Postal votes. Like you get the thing to vote with in the mail, or what is the voting process like in Australia? Because in the Netherlands, you get like your voting bill, like your paper that says like you're allowed to vote, or you take it with you when you go voting, and then you have this giant paper. I don't know, is this like top secret to discuss? I don't think so, right? But it feels kind of illegal. But yeah, you just have this big paper, and then because we have so many different parties, it's so big, and you can then put you just like cross or whatever group, which party you vote for and which like person within that party, and then you fold it up, and then you put it in like a container that they made for the bills, like the voting bills, I guess what you call them. I don't know. So yeah, you go somewhere to like, there's specific locations made to like transformed into voting places during that time. So that's kind of how it works in the Netherlands. But I guess, I don't know how it works in Australia. It makes sense that it's kind of the same, but I don't know. Let me know. But anyways, booths are numerous and well organized. I've never had to wait for more than half an hour. So yeah, I guess it's kind of the same there. Outreach teams also go to remote communities to set up polling booths, hospitals, etc. It's very easy. I'm actually quite proud of how voting is done in this country and the AEC in general. I don't know what that is. It's very thorough, transparent, and as equitable as possible. Equitable. I also don't know what that word means. I'll just look it up after, or let me know in the comments.
Yeah, give you that extra encouragement to vote. So, just makes sense. 6 here, we got the love heart. It makes sense. There's always been a debate why we call a heart the perfectly shaped heart, the love heart, compared to a real heart that looks similar, but not really anatomically. Here, it's called love heart. So, the one you'd send in an emoji, the love heart. Then the heart that's
I was so confused on what he meant by that. I was like, huh? Okay, so yeah, you have different words for your actual heart that's inside of you, and then the heart that you draw.
Resembling the heart, that's an actual heart. And it makes sense.
That's kind of cute.
7.
Like love heart. I'm sending you a love heart.
We got standard drink labels. So on every, I guess maybe not every, I haven't seen all of them, but I'm pretty sure on most, if not all, beer, wine, whatever ways you can get your alcohol, on it they'll show a standard drink amount. So 2 standard drinks, and it's a good way to track how drunk you are, or how drunk you get based off of a certain amount of drinks, and it just makes sense. That's it. Number 8, they got the health star ratings on their food to give you that general guide of how something is, whether it's good, bad, ugly. Of course, it's not perfect. I'm sure there's, some people would debunk that a 4-star rating is still good or bad.
Oh. Yeah, we have something similar in the Netherlands where they have it with letters. They do like A, B, C, D. I think it goes up until E. At first, I thought that I was like, wait, why is this pizza a B? Like, I'll take it, but how is that possible? But it's per category. So then if you have a pizza, the B type pizza would be like a better option than like the D type pizza. So that's kind of how they do it.
Vice versa with the low stars. I'm sure you could find people disproving it, but as a general guideline, just put something on the package just so at least people have a rough idea, it makes a lot of sense. Just something simple, easy to look at, not complicated. The health star rating on foods, I think it makes sense. Number 9, we got the culture of walking around barefoot. I love it. I think it makes so much sense for so many health reasons in terms of having strong feet.
I'm still confused on the extent to which you actually do this in Australia, because I sometimes get comments from you guys like, no, it's not really like this, and it's mostly around the beach, and like people don't really do that. And then other times, or other people might say, yeah, you do it. So I guess it just depends per person if you do it or not. But yeah, I still wonder to what extent is this done. Like, do you go to the grocery store barefoot? Yeah. Is it mostly around the beach? I still don't know, but I respect it. You're like a grounding.
Muscles, joints, just being a healthy person. And it also just encourages everybody to keep the streets clean and keep things clean. So if you know people are going to walk around barefoot, you're more inclined to keep things clean. So to be fair, I did get my feet burnt when I was in Sydney though.
Oh.
Like walking on the asphalt, the sun basically turned it into a stovetop. So I did burn the bottom of my feet from walking barefoot too much and kind of, forcing it. But for the most part, I love it. You live and you learn. I think it makes a lot of sense. Team barefoot all the way. Number 10, final one here. We got thanking the bus driver. So it's simple, it's easy, and I'm not saying we don't thank bus drivers or other places don't, but it's just reiterated so much, and it makes so much sense because it's just a decent thing to do. It's a polite thing to do, to be grateful and kind to someone, just even if they're just doing their job. It can mean a lot to someone. You never know what someone's going through. So just having that being a part of, yeah, always thank the bus driver. Everybody just says that, and it's a nice reminder because it sets the tone to be polite and kind to everybody around you. So makes a lot of sense, and yeah, I like it a lot. That's it. That's my list. Those are the
Yeah, it's like kindness is free, uncomplicated. It's not difficult to be kind. So why not do it more? I learned some new things again. I never really thought about voting processes in other countries. Really surprised about that. Positively surprised. Yeah. Let me know if any of this surprised you, what you think of it. Yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, and I will be sure to read them.